So we're about to get into the business. We're letting our friends join us. That's what this little break has been for. Because in my videos, we're real authentic. This is a real live event we have here. And my love is to give to you guys by being selfless and serving you guys. All right? So as your scientists that will willingly just dive into your emotional intelligence unapologetically, join your girl.
From the twisted mind of Brian Reynolds, don't look back. A new game show called No, We're Doing Nothing is everything. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't blink. Don't. Fun fact, Adam's salary is tied to how many...
So, and if you are watching my YouTube channel, see, this is the stuff that goes into the actual becoming live and everything. So you guys are welcome to join me on my Zoom. So wherever I put the link out, sometimes that link doesn't work. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm back. The question is, what is my love language? The person that I'm with, do they love me? That becomes a question. So can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Black Girl Magic Master back. Oh, trial and error. Practice makes permanent. But I'm back, y'all. So let's do this little 30 minutes of self-awareness when it comes to astrology and love. I like to take this moment to say a disclaimer as far as when it comes to me, and I come in the name of Jesus, which that sounds odd because a lot of people actually combine the astrology with the occult, which is to each their own. I just expect you to do your research on that kind of thing, because honestly, we can't be walking around ignorant all our life. All right, we just can't. So anyway, one of the things that I like to make sure y'all know is that it is wise for you to keep in mind that astrology is not soothsaying or magic. Astrologers do not predict assumptions and point out possible areas. Because if you're a business owner and you have an organization that you run, what I would like to do with your lives is do my Black Girl Magic and understand that if you're judging me now, you're possibly one of the people that can benefit from what I'm about to teach you. Get right into it. In bed, but what is that in this time of day? I don't even know what day of the week it is usually. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the brass tacks of what's really good. So, if you can see this video, those that are new to this, for me, and going through a tough time, and just need a little word of encouragement. Because again, I'm not a soothsayer. I don't do magic, but I can point out certain trends that you need to stop doing. And when it comes to relationships, there's 12 different signs. When it comes to getting more content than your horoscopes will give you, and to really understand the synastry and the love language specifically, first of all, I would need to draw up a birth chart, and I would take both your birth chart and the other person's birth chart, because a lot of people know of only their sun sign, but honestly, that's just the beginning. So you are a combination of the sun and all the planets as they were. See, to you, man is a miniature version of the entire universe by the Creator, which is God. And this is why I come to name it Jesus, because I'm here to tell you, just like in Genesis chapter 1, verses 14, or Psalms 19, the heavens are telling the glories of God, right? And astrology is nothing but a mathematical thought of the Lord. So let's move forward, because I don't think that you understand. Let's talk about love. All right. So the Aries woman and the Aries man, they are pretty much the same sign, but they do approach love in a different way. What I'm noticing that is the males of most signs are the ones that are kind of giving the signs a bad name. Okay. Because the Aries woman, if you fall in love with an Aries woman, you'll never lack for excitement. Um, but are you the kind of man who can handle a full-blooded, independent, forceful female? Because that's what an Aries woman is. This passionate, intense creature can't give a timid, tepid response. I'm so sorry, because she's fully stocked fireplace with logs kindling and paper waiting for the touch of a match to set her on fire. So the Aries woman, when she wants something, she gets it. When a man meets an irresistible force like her, he tends to become a highly movable object. Um, she needs love, this Aries woman, and gets more than her share. But no man becomes her Lord and Master. That's just not happening. So the Aries, um, in love, she will be faithful, but she expects total fidelity in return, like most of us. Her jealousy is rooted in possessiveness. She doesn't want a lover who has too many other interests, because she wants them all to herself. All or nothing at all with the Aries woman. All right. Okay. Um, there's an important distinction that I need to make about this Aries woman, about her jealousy, that it may be useful in helping to understand her fundamental character. Um, because she isn't jealous because of a feeling of insecurity, which is the root of usually jealousy. But she's jealous because she needs to be the number one. Period. Point blank. Now the Aries man, it'd be surplusy. We're gonna move on from that word. To say that he has a fiery emotion, because he has no other kind. All right. He's always in search of something that will satisfy his pioneering, ever aggressive lust for adventure. He moves within a self-created aura of excitement, and somehow things happen wherever he is. Now, listen, he's not going to be easy to resist, and I need you to think it over before you even tell him no, because where else will you find a lover that's so adventurous, so original, so viral, so vital? Because a woman that's attracted to an Aries man should be willing to settle for a brilliant, exciting, and generally short affair. All right. So I just want to say, romantically, he dotes on the challenge and novelty. And to him, the world is a garden of feminine flowers, and he can't afford to miss the scent of a single solitary bloom. So you know, when it comes to the Aries man, we can talk about how to attract him a little bit later, all right? So, what I, you know, since we just started this video and it's taken me a time to get on here, I'm not about to, and it took, you know, the technology, you know, I'm going to give as much as I can in the time allotted because I only have about, what, 30 minutes here for this video to really, you know, do what I got to do. And you know, as a mom, I'm always faced with challenges. So if I'm called away, just please forgive that because I'm always a mother. And apparently, my needs are second. And so whatever I'm doing, which I normally would be knocked out right now, apparently it needs me anyway right now. So if that happens, just know, please forgive me. I know I made y'all wait for 3 hours for me to get this video on, and I've been talking about it for 2 days. But things might happen. So I just want to put that out there because I am a mother. So let me move on real quick because after you have Aries, you also have the Taurus. And the Taurus woman and the Taurus man, again, are a lot alike. But again, those Taurus men, I mean, their tendency is to want to fulfill the whole flowery patch of like if it's one bull and it's a lot of cows, this is Tauruses. They want to just take care of that whole pasture. And if that's the environment, that will usually happen. Okay? Because usually these days for every man is about 20 females. So guess who out here eating and lying and telling whatever he know to do with his own earthly self. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about the Taurus man and the Taurus woman. So the Taurus woman, she is a Da Vinci in the art of seduction because from her Mona Lisa smile to her sensual look in her eyes, she is not, you know, she's a consummate mistress of love. However, she is not promiscuous, and any hopeful male who picks up on her seductive signal had better turn off his antenna if all he wants is a casual affair. You need to talk to Gemini women. Anyway, I move on. That's next. So the Taurus woman is not a lady for a day or even for a weekend. I mean, her need is for security and stability, and casual is not a word in her vocabulary of love, which is saying. So, because in many ways, Taurus woman is the perfect personification of an old-fashioned. So, she's devoted and protective, a natural earth mother who loves and nurtures and gives her strength. Um, she's also earthy in her passions, if you know what I mean, you know, like earthy, like real natural, probably pheromonish in her passion. Um, Once she falls in love, it just she borders on the line of lustiness with her mate because she's trying to be or going to be his all. See, because being in love brings out the best in the Taurus female, and she's not really coy or provocative in a love relationship. She's open, she's affectionate, she's demonstrative, and this is what the man that she cares for in her sexual appetites, right? So, I mean, I just wanted to say that, hey, Darren, hey, Chi Ali, and my two other beautiful people watching this shocking self awareness. So, let's talk about the Taurus man because basically, a Taurus woman, she likes to be pursued and she likes small gatherings, okay? Because she's very elegant. But let's move into the Taurus man because above all, he's sensible, he's down to earth, and practical about love. Now, his approach is deliberate, okay? Like looking over the field before he decides. So if you ever felt like you was targeted by your Taurus man, you was. See, You won't find him trying to win the prize every other man is going after. He wants a woman who will satisfy him for the long haul and not for a glimmering chromium plated model that's all too soon ready to jump into the trash heap, or that you can dump into the trash heap. Because, how can you be out here doing everything you big enough to do as a Taurus man lying, and your chick is in all docile and forgiving every time? I want to move on to the next sign, which is Gemini. So let's talk about the Gemini woman. Now, when you meet this coquette, you are likely to become enchanted, for she casts a spell better than Merlin. However, her love affairs have a touch of casualness, like I said, and even when she becomes deeply involved or marries, there will be as much friendly feeling as heavy breathing passion. Because the Gemini, for real, she has a dual nature. Okay, there's part of her that needs to love and security, but then her other personalities need to be coddled, catered, looked after, or made to feel as more important than you. Okay, the most important one. So if you got a female that's a Gemini, you better look at her. She's way more important than you. I mean, because she has an irresistible frivolity to her personality. Because she's high spirited, but she's also a pleasure loving woman. So because Gemini's secret fantasy as a female is to be smoldering in a languorous femme fatale. You know what I'm saying? But in her real life, she just doesn't have the patience, much less the time, to even deal with you men. And besides, half the men she meets aren't worth the effort because they too boring and dull. All right, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, she's inclined to be restless and changeable and usually not satisfied with just one man on her string. So let's go ahead and talk about the Gemini, right? Man. So he's the world's best date, right? Quick-witted, charming, irresistible, and he's interested in his companion. Like, he's generous, he's imaginative about places to go and things to see. A date with him is like an entertainment that never ends. And women are drawn to him like moths to a bright flame of his vivaciousness, his zest for living. You know what I'm saying? We women like myself, we're definitely drawn to the Prince Tupac types. And then when I learned that those types are also like the Trumps and situations like that, I had to really realize, okay, I'm tripping. I'm tripping because clearly says, and I've been reading this since 2001, that women are drawn to him like moths to a flame. Women flare briefly in his life and are gone. Oh my God, it won't do you any good to try to pin him down. See that bright flash of color in the garden? It's a butterfly, not a specimen in the case. Enjoy it while you can. Its stay will be brief. We'll talk about how to attract a Gemini man if that's not what you desire for that brief interlude. Let's move right on to the Cancer woman and man, right? Let's go on and get right to it. See, because the Cancer woman is I. I is the Cancer woman. So she may appear like the photograph of the dream girl most men carry around in a hidden locket in their minds, but lurking just below the surface of that shy, sweet image of a superbly sensual woman. There are secret emotional depths to her. And like the story of the Sleeping Beauty and her prince, it takes love to awaken her eroticism. Love unlocks the smoldering fire hidden by her diffident and defiant manner. Don't expect her to be forward, however, because she doesn't know how to be. Um, I try to be forward, however, I just, I'm being as forward with y'all as I can right now. Um, you just kind of got to pick up on my subtle cues, okay? That unspoken invitation. If you're trying to be like talking to me, I like that eye thing. Like, I like that real, that passion thing that goes on. Like, I really want to know you. I really want to be like attracted to you and curious and your mind and all that good stuff. And as with all water signs, the quality of trust is very important to me. So I'm very cautious about giving my heart away because I really won't be able to really unlock my passion if I don't trust you. I'm gonna be forthcoming. I'm not gonna squirt if I can't trust you. I move on. When first meeting Cancer women, you will find that she can be flirtatious. Although in true subtle Cancerian fashion, her flirting is done in a quiet way. Okay? Hers is not a flamboyant personality like the Leos out here, okay? But rather one of gentleness, depth, and richness. She is not only romantic, she is mean. She's convinced that love, love is the secret of life. Let's move on to the Cancer man because I'm a confirmed sentimentalist. So let's just move on to the Cancer man now. Now, this man, if you were trying to get you a man that's born as a Cancer, okay, this central man doesn't come at you directly. He'd rather play the attentive courier, the one who brings candy, flowers, and champagne and takes you to nice places. At most, he'll make an oblique suggestion that could easily be taken for a mere risque. But that's to leave himself some kind of avenue or an escape because he can't stand rejection. Okay, he falls in love easily because he's inclined to be a romantic daydreamer. So his imagination becomes quickly engaged, and anything will start him off like a wisp of a remembrance of a fragrance, an almost familiar face, the sound of a foghorn across the water. He begins to visualize scenes out of the past or to fantasize about the future. So he can work up a whole romantic scenario out of very raw material. And unfortunately, this also applies when he's jealous. He must know that he's his chosen mate's faithful, like at all times. Like I said, as a female, I can't even squirt, which I'm sorry, grown woman stuff right here. Yo, I need to be able to trust you. So anyway, for the man as well, he must know that his chosen mate is faithful at all times. His own fidelity, it runs very deep because Cancer men are the sign of loyalty, and he demands total fealty in return. Anything else is a threat to the stability he prizes the most, and that's the security he needs. Let's move on to Leo. So we did Aries, we did Taurus, we did Gemini, we did Cancer. Now we're going to do Leo. All right. So, what she wants most, this Leo female, is praise. Okay. A lover has to ignore her shortcomings, because she really doesn't have any, so keep it real, and dwell on all her virtues. Okay. If you hope to get anywhere, men, with the Leo woman, you had better begin by accepting her inalienable right to be marvelous. Because all my Leo sisters, all my besties are marvelous. Yo, y'all got a queen right there, okay? And she is detail-oriented, visionary. Let me just continue on, because you can, if you hope to get anywhere with her, you had better begin by accepting her inalienable right that she can be marvelous and that she is marvelous. And you may go on from there to a sounder, more realistic relationship. But that's the foundation cornerstone on which you need to build, that you need to let her be marvelous. Because my baby girl Leos are. Matter of fact, that's why all my besties are besties. Since I can remember, my first bestie, we have birthdays together because we're like, 20 days apart. But anyway, strawberry shortcake. We had on those strawberry shortcake swimsuits. Anyway, however, I digress. You would be wise not to let her know if you have an eye for another woman. Dummy. Oh my God. Because as far as she's concerned, she's cosmology. She's the cosmology of one. Okay. The mere suggestion that she's in competition with other women just turns her off completely. You might as well go find you another girl because she's done with you. She's above that sort of rivalry. She's really above that. Okay. This is a queen. And it's actually a little afraid of all that kind of rivalry and stuff. She can't be a loser. This is a Leo woman. And one way to avoid being a loser is to not even get in the race. So she has to be free to rack up male conquests, however, because she is marvelous and beautiful to look at. You hardly ever see her without a man in tow. And often there's several men because the Leo woman is fabulous, marvelous. There's something about her flamboyance, her queen-like assurance, that dazzles and attracts. And she wears men as other women wear jewelry to enhance her image and rarely lacks for admirers. I mean, this is just what it is. This is just what it is. So we'll end the thing about women. Most descriptions of Leo women make her sound hopelessly self-centered, but it would be more accurate to say that she is an intense drive towards self-realization. Okay, Leo women feel she was born to be someone special, and she must express this feeling. And happily, she finds enormous self-expression in love. So, a Leo woman in love gives her whole heart without any reservation, and she doesn't hold anything back. Her romantic nature is intense. So if you got a Leo woman, and listen, she expects her chosen mate to be just as fervent as she is about this intensity. And although this Leo is marvelously sensual, just a marvelously kinky sensual variation of a creature, um, kinky ain't really her game. She prefers a heightened, dramatized, familiar scenery for her passion to really get involved. So she prefers to heighten and dramatize the familiar by her passionate involvement. The Leo man, right? He falls in love readily, then he finds it hard to sustain the emotion. For him, falling out of love is as simple as falling out of bed. Don't make the mistake of thinking Leo man is casual about love. He isn't. In fact, he sees love in practically mythical terms. So to him, a love affair is never minor or mild or murky. It is high drama. It's a grand passion no one else in the zodiac can more easily make you believe that you and he are the first, original, quintessential lovers in the world. See, the woman who wins his favor, the Leo man, moves instantly to basically the center stage. The spotlight is on her. She radiates in a bright circle of admiration because this Leo man it's a heady experience to have a Leo lover. Then suddenly the lights are turned off. Okay, off. E. Uh, the curtain falls, the play is over, and she doesn't know why. And he won't explain why. I mean, most likely it's because Leo was in love with the mythical creature of his imagination, a beautiful, adoring princess, completely fulfilled by him. When the real woman supersedes the myth, Leo gets on his white horse and rides off. It sounds a lot like the other fire sign, the Aries. See, man. If you rub his mane the right way, though, the Leo lion is marvelously affectionate. He's a cheerful companion. He is kind, strong, generous, sometimes something of a spendthrift, but usually successful in business. I mean, look at Barack Obama, for goodness sakes. A woman who gets this flamboyant, magnetic overachiever with the sunny disposition has only one problem. Somehow, she has to teach him the sole object of his adulation does not have to be what? Himself. Okay, before we end, our nights or second hour, really third hour in this time zone, and go to our fourth hour and talk about how to attract these people. Let's finish out with the Virgo. Because see, the Virgo woman, she keeps her passion under a tight rein. But underneath emotions are just basically surging, so she keeps her passions underneath this Virgo woman, but really for real, her emotions is out of control. Um, Outwardly, she mainly appears calm, right? Sometimes even remote and unreachable, right? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. She basically she's a quintessential, I guess, she's just serene, almost classic repose. You know what I'm saying? Yet hers is one of the most conflicted signs. Like basically, Virgo women distrust and is little afraid, and basically, frankly, afraid of emotions. To her, it represents the unknown, turbulent sea on which she may be set adrift without a map or a compass or a rudder. Because of this, a man may wonder if she isn't a bit cold. She isn't. Virgo's enormous capacity for loving will pour out as from a rich treasury once her emotions are basically unlocked. So basically, the Virgo needs to feel some things. Virgo is much misunderstood sign. Virgo women particularly are often characterized as being timid and evasive and reserved. And that's really untrue because Virgo women do have um, self-possession, a sense of passion that is controlled by discipline. They're just highly disciplined. All right. It's an earth sign, Virgo. And like all earth signs, she is an enigmatic combination of sensuality and being conservative. So the Virgo woman likes men, but she's very careful about allowing herself to become too involved with them because she fears being trapped in a long-term living arrangement with the wrong one. And before she marries or enters into a meaningful affair, she's careful to take note that the exit doors are open or there. She needs to know where those exit doors are. For a Virgo woman, falling in love can take a long time. She moves forward step by step, revealing the layers of deep sensitivity, learning to trust. So deep sensitivity, and she's basically learning to trust you if you're in a relationship with this Virgo woman. The real clue to understanding Virgo women's love nature is to remember that she believes in true love. When she truly loves, her inhibitions are never in control of her passions. However, this is not a woman you can take for granted. You must strive hard to win her. You must strive hard to please her, fulfill her. If you can, you will have a partner who pays you back in lifelong dividends of love, loyalty, and happiness. That's your Virgo woman. But then let's talk about the Virgo man because he gives an impression of being in a firm control of his emotions. But this is often a disguise too. I don't know. The Virgo man is sensitive. He's receptive, he's sensuous, he's cautious, all at the same time. He will never sweep you into the bedroom and take you by force. So if you kind of need that, Gemini women, yeah, Virgo ain't the one, I guess. But for one thing, he has too much respect for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because he does not find it easy to express his own deep feelings. This Virgo man is often drawn to women who are effusive and vivacious. Um, Yet he has a horror. Hey, Brian James. Yet he has a horror of getting embroiled in tempestuous scenes and angry tantrums. The Virgo men don't want to be a part of all of that. No, 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 no. Emotionality upsets the Virgo man. And because he is both attracted to it and disturbed by it, his love life never runs as smoothly as he'd like. See, this Virgo man, his love nature can be described as private. And at times, there is even a surface quality of untouchableness about him. But this is an expression of his self containment. He has a keen sense of dividing the line between your psyche and his. Okay? I mean, if you're looking for quality, not glitter, Virgo is your man. So with that being said, we're going to end this hour of our shocking self-awareness so that we can get ready for the next hour, and so that I can go check the news, to check the unrest that's happening in Atlanta right now, because these are some troubling times. And I just like to thank y'all for joining me. This video will be uploaded to my YouTube channel on Black Girl Magic Masters LLC. You can always get your free chart or whatever. Check me out at blackgirlmagicmastersllc.com. If you need to get in touch with me personally or anything, you can set up or schedule an event with me on appointment by checking out my Facebook page, Black Girl Magic Masters LLC, at Is That Shaquila? But anyway, I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. So Shaquila Richardson is the name, and science is my game. And I combine astrology and numerology on my daily business with business management techniques to help guide my clients into a really good, fulfilling entrepreneurship. Basically, as I've been telling everybody, I make sure that businesses that are based out of the hood are not treated unfairly. Hey, family! Y'all gonna have to catch me on my next hour. Hey, it's grown folk people time, and you know I'm your busty business beauty that combines business management techniques with modern day astrology and numerology so that we can get this emotional intelligence self-awareness piece together. Cheers, muzzle top! So, thank y'all for joining me. I've been checking out the comments this time, so now I know that the audio worked. Again, I love y'all. I'll see you in a few minutes. We're going to catch it for the next time zone because I believe we need to share. You know what I'm saying? We're all not in the same time zone, so I can come there just for y'all. All right. Let's get ready for our next time zone. And like I said, I'm about to go check the news because you already know I'm unapologetically black and unapologetically sexy 365 days of the year.